Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Polygon Matic, whose current price stands at the $0.8954 mark, and here on TradingView the market is down by 1.14%. and in this video I want to give you the key scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot waves and the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances. So if you're interested in such content, make sure that you stick around till the end of the video. And I'll kickstart the video by giving a brief of what has been happening on this chart. Polygon Matic from the all-time high has been seeing lower prices in this massive ABC correction, which has now taken us back to around the $0.32 mark, and having done so, I believe it has done the minimum that we expected it to do in its ABC correction, and soon we might see a very nice bounce to the upside in this 5-wave structure, having a wave 5 taking us back to an all-time high. But before we get to an all-time high, we first need to see a first wave to the upside, and I have a target area for that first wave to the upside between the $1.95 mark and the $1.62 mark. That is within this yellow target area, and that I'm basing it on the Fibonacci's, connecting the low we have down here to the all-time high, and that gives me a minimum target area between the Fib level 0.618 and the Fib level 0.5. and within a wave 1 in an Elliot wave structure, we also need to see fractal waves in formation, and I believe that is what we can see here on the 4-hour chart of the Polygon Matic chart. And here on the 4-hour chart you can see I have this yellow structure, 5-wave structure to the upside, where I believe once we see the formation of a 5-wave structure to the upside, then that will be completing a higher Elliot wave count 1. And if I get a little bit into the details of this fractal wave so that I can get the key scenarios that I expect to play out on this chart, after making our low down here at around the $0.32 mark, we saw a very nice bounce to the upside, made a high for that first wave to the upside, then saw a very nice retracement to the lower side in the formation of a wave 2, and using the Fibonacci's we can get a minimum target area for that second wave to the lower side between the Fib level 0.618 and the Fib level 0.382, and you can see Polygon Matic respected that. Then we saw a very nice bounce to the upside in the formation of a third wave, which I had a target area here on the charts at around the $0.92 mark, that is within this yellow target area, and that I was basing it on the trend based Fibonacci's, connecting the low of the wave 1 to the high of the wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the wave 2. That gave me a minimum target area at the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $0.9345 mark. And here on the charts I initially had my wave 3 high as the high that we have over here at around the $1.02 mark. Then I saw a very nice retracement over here in the formation of what I believed was the formation of a wave 4, but the moment we managed to break above the key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark and made a new high at around the $1.06 mark, that made me to change scenarios over here, having this new high as the high for that third wave to the upside. Then whatever we are seeing over here, this is a retracement to the lower side in the formation of a fourth wave. And if I get a little bit into the details of the formation of the fourth wave so that we can get the key scenarios that I expect to play out on this chart, a fourth wave is a retracement of the third wave. So using the Fibonacci's, we can get a minimum target area for that fourth wave to the lower side by connecting the fibs from the low of the wave 3 to the high of the wave 3, and that gives me a minimum target area between the fib level 0.618 and the fib level 0.382 as a maximum. So I can mark that target area here on the charts like that, and you can see Polygon Matic has continued to respect that target area. And within that target area we also have a key area of support at around the $0.78 mark, and that key area of support gave us support right here. We saw a retest of that key area of support, and after seeing the retest we continued pushing even higher and made a new high at around the $0.92 mark. Also, according to the Elliot waves, wave 4 is a corrective wave, so within a wave 4 we also expect to see an ABC corrective movement, and that is what is going to give me the key scenarios that I expect to play out. And there are two ways we can look at this movement right here, and I'll start with the first movement over here, having the ABC corrective movement as this, having this as the wave A. then we saw a very nice bounce to the upside, made a high at around the $0.84 mark, and that we can name it as the high for that wave B. Then we saw a very nice retracement over here, making another new low at around the $0.784 mark. That could be our ABC corrective movement, and whatever we are seeing on this other side, having completed that ABC corrective movement, we can say the low for that wave 4 is in, because it also got us into our red target area for that fourth wave. And whatever we are seeing on this other side, we can say it's a massive movement to the upside to give us the formation of a wave 5. And because a wave 5 is a corrective wave, is an impulsive movement, we also expect to see a 5-wave structure within a wave 5, and we can have it right here, having this as the wave 1. Then we saw a wave 2, then whatever is in formation right here, this is what might be forming a wave 4, a wave 3, then expect a wave 4 and a wave 5 to complete a higher Elliot wave count 5. And if I get a little bit into the details of this fractal wave to see whether it's making sense, we have seen the high for that first wave to the upside and also the low for that second wave, and we are in the formation of a third wave. So using a trend based Fibonacci, we can get a minimum target area for that third wave to the upside by just connecting the low of the wave 1 to the high of the wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the wave 2, and that gives me a minimum target area at the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $1.07 mark. So I expect we continue pushing higher to see the formation of a third wave at around the $1.07 mark, then see a retracement, then continue pushing higher to complete a higher Elliot wave count 5. So if that plays out, then we can say the low for that fourth wave is in, and that can only happen in case we also manage to make a high above the high for that third wave to the upside, that is this higher Elliot wave count 3 at around the $1.06 mark. So once we manage to make a high above that, then we can say the low for that fourth wave to the lower side is in. And the other way we can look at this structure to the upside is we can view it as a massive corrective movement, having this as the wave A. Then we saw a high, a new high, making the high for that wave B. Then we saw a bit of a retracement to the lower side, then a bit of a corrective movement in the past few days. Then I expect lower prices to maximize our red target area. That is also a possible movement here on this chart, and we might continue seeing a bit of higher prices, then see a bit of a retracement to the lower side to make a new low within this red target area in the formation of a wave C. And once that plays out, then we can say the low is in for that fourth wave to the lower side. So those are the two possible scenarios this chart can play out in. And in that movement to the lower side, I will also expect us to lose that key area of support at around the $0.78 mark and maybe maximize our red target area by going back to around the $0.67 mark. And because this is an Elliot wave structure here on the charts, you also need to have invalidation points, and this Elliot wave structure can only be invalidated in case our wave 4 over here retraces into the high of that first wave. That is, in case we, in the formation of our wave 4, we get back to around the $0.62 mark, that is within this dotted line, that will be invalidating my Elliot wave structure, and I will have to remove it here on the chart and also its target areas. So let's be patient and see how that plays out. Also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements here on the RSI will be supported. On the RSI, we are trading at around the 62 mark, and that means we have massive room for us to support any movement to the upside, and also massive room for us to support any movement to the lower side. Also taking a look at the MACD, here on the MACD we are losing the buying volume, and soon we might print a bearish cross, which might indicate that we have not yet seen the low for that fourth wave. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.